Breaking news again. Rafael Stone is putting on an absolute masterclass in NBA free agency, this time signing Clint Capella to a 3-year deal to bring him back to Houston. And now, could something huge be brewing as the Rockets have 3 different centers on their roster? We'll tell you the latest Rockets news right here on Rockets Digest. I'm Jace Andrews. We reiterate to you, if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Just like this, breaking news, we get it out to you as soon as possible, and yet there are 77% of you who are not subscribed. What are you waiting for? Join the fastest growing Rockets YouTube channel today by hitting that subscribe button. For reasons like this, news happens, we get it out to you. Don't miss another update. Here it is. Shams Charania, ESPN senior NBA insider, has the report. Free agent center Clint Capella has agreed to a 3-year, $21.5 million deal with the Houston Rockets, sources tell ESPN. Now, this is a huge thing for the Houston Rockets as it's a return for Clint Capella. And just as a side note, the entire 3-year deal is guaranteed. And so, what exactly does this mean? Well, before I start talking hypotheticals and a tweet we have a potential sign and trade later on in this video we'll talk about, I want to talk about Clint Capella and him being back with the Houston Rockets because, listen, played his first couple years, his first, I think, 6 years or whatever in the league with the Houston Rockets, went off to Atlanta, and now is back with the Houston Rockets. And he's a center. The Lakers were vying for Clint Capella heavily, and yet he ends up signing with the Houston Rockets. And, well, I'm not mad about it. This guy has been pretty damn good. If we look at his stats here, you can kind of see that he spent his first 6 seasons in Rocket Red before he went to Atlanta, and so I move my head out of the way. The stats are solid pretty much all the way through since the 2016 season, in which he's averaged double figures until this past year, in which he averaged 8.9. However, he only played in 55 games. His minutes were down as well, so he is a guy who, as of right now, is on the Rockets as the 3rd-string center. However, Dorian Finney-Smith is also listed on the depth chart as a power forward and a center. So, in theory right now, the Rockets at power forward and center have Kevin Durant, Tari Eason, Jabari Smith Jr., Dorian Finney-Smith, Steven Adams, Alperen Şengün, and now Clint Capella. And at their guards, Amen Thompson, Fred VanVleet, Reed Shepherd, Cam Whitmore, Aaron Holiday. They have a full team. And so why is Clint Capella getting signed is my question to a 3-year guaranteed deal? Well, we got a tweet talking about it. Kevin Smith, an NBA insider, says, not clear yet, but I believe at least one of the Rockets' incoming signings, Dorian Finney-Smith or Clint Capella, will be a part of a sign and trade deal. Huh. Okay, so what exactly does this mean? What is a sign and trade deal? Who are they going to go out and get? I couldn't tell you. I got to be quite honest, but I'm not surprised that one of them are going to be a part of a sign and trade. I don't know which one. There also is the option that maybe it's somebody else that's going to get traded. Maybe it's somebody that is on the roster that, quite frankly, I don't want to get traded. Now, Clint Capella was great as a Rocket. When his first 6 seasons, 12.2 points per game, 9.7 rebounds per game, a block and a half a game, and he's headed back to where it all began. That's great. It's a fantastic news for a lot of different reasons, but the title of this video is Rafael Stone is putting on an absolute masterclass, and I think it's because there's something big brewing back there. The Rockets right now have 3 centers on their roster. If we go look, it's crazy. Alperen Şengün, Clint Capella, and Steven Adams are all centers with the Rockets. And as you can see, NBA Twitter is like, whoa. What's happening? Well, I'll first start by saying this. Steven Adams is under a 3-year contract. Alperen Şengün has a deal. Clint Capella has now a 3-year guaranteed contract. One of them is going to get moved. And there has been talks of a potential trade for Alperen Şengün. Maybe the Rockets are gearing up for something even bigger than we know of. And there was talks at the beginning of the year the beginning of the offseason, the Rockets wanted Kevin Durant or Giannis. Well, they got KD, and a lot of people, as myself, kind of just threw off Giannis into the wings. Said, okay, we got KD. Who needs Giannis? But now with a third center on the roster, is this a possibility? Like, is this actually a potential for them to move Alperen Şengün to Milwaukee in exchange for Giannis? Because they just extended Jabari, so I don't think they're going to trade him. Could they trade Alperen Şengün, Reed Shepherd, and some first-round picks to the Milwaukee Bucks, given they have two centers? I don't know that I want that. I want Alperen Şengün on the Houston Rockets. That's what I want. But it just is a weird coincidence and a weird thing to look at when you see this roster and you see the guards, and there's 4 of them. That's great. And then you go to the centers, and you're thinking, okay, you need 2 centers, right? You got Steven Adams and Alperen Şengün. They're not going to sign a center in NBA free agency. Well, Dorian Finney-Smith is more of a forward. However, he can play center, so okay. He's a power forward that can play center. There's a big guy. You got him. You got your Dylan Brooks replacement. That's what DFS was. And then they signed Clint Capella. And I sit here and just kind of wonder, okay, what is happening? What like I can't sit here and say that a Giannis Antetokounmpo trade is coming. But I said in the previous video that the Rockets were done. I said that the money didn't seem like there was much there, and frankly, they didn't have a lot of money. That's why one of these guys has to be in a sign and trade in DFS. Somebody's got to go. Like, there's got to be money off the books here. I don't know. I don't know. $21 million over 3 years is like not crazy. If I can go back and find the contract here. There you go, see. But yeah, it's a 21.5 over 3. I'm just as confused, guys. Like I'm sitting here trying to process this just as you are and really just think about what the options would be, because I don't see a lot of other options out there besides trading a center. And I think Capella would be the most likely as a sign and trade, but who knows? Like, what if Alperen Şengün is shipped off? What if that is the play? What if Rafael Stone is planning ahead, thinking he has gotten a Giannis trade locked down? I'll just sit back and applaud, because he's done fantastic. This is the first move that I'm sitting here and looking at the Houston Rockets and thinking, okay, well, that's interesting. Because I was for sure thinking, oh, they're going to go after a guard. DFS is a Dylan Brooks replacement, so that started to make more sense as I kind of looked more into it. I would have given you $1 billion if you had predicted the Rockets were going to sign a center in NBA free agency. Now, we'll get more reports as we go on, and for that reason, hit that subscribe button, because if a trade does happen, we'll have it first. We'll get it covered, we'll get it out to you, and we'll tell you the details of the contract and all the latest. But for right now, we just sit on our hands, guys, and watch Rafael Stone work, because there is about to be a move made that could shake the NBA once again. Is it Giannis? I don't know. But a trade is coming for the Houston Rockets. So be ready and be weary, because it is happening, and it could happen at any moment. It could happen tonight. It could happen tomorrow. We don't really know. That first apron doesn't lock in until later on, so they've got some time to kind of figure this out. And we'll sit here and figure it out as we get it. So, that's all I got for you, to be honest. Let me know in the comment section. Do you think this is weird? Are you happy that Clint Capella is back? Would you be absolutely heartbroken if we traded Alperen Şengün for Giannis? Let me know in the comment section what y'all think, and we'll get some discourse going down there, because I'm so curious what H-Town Nation thinks of this. But for now, that's all. We'll see you next time here on Rockets Digest. Once again, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. You 77%ers, come into the 22%ers, make that number go up. That way we have more subscribers for whenever the Rockets do make this ginormous move, whatever it will be. For now, though, we'll say a peace out from H-Town, guys.